Welcome to Tran Plays Project Silverfish. Before we start the game proper, let's show something off in the test map. In Fallout 3, there was an aircraft that would drop off powered armored soldiers. Well, there's something actually kind of similar here, except it does it a little better. Now, I don't know what they ever did with Fallout 4. I never did play that. So let's just go ahead and spawn a few soldiers. And they're right there in front of us. And then we're going to go ahead and hit this button. Remember, this is a test map. That's right over here. Dropship. So yeah, it's got its own turret, and it's gonna drop soldiers out the back of it. So I thought that was pretty cool for an indie project. I don't know if indie is the right word. From the Steam discussion page, it has. I've seen that people are talking about this previous developer's game called like ACADA or something. Well, anyway, so they would just sort of fight. Now, I do have one issue with the AI, but I only played a couple hours in the demo. I haven't played the early access version that I'm now playing at this moment. But when an enemy was fighting, and if you're anywhere in line of sight, even if you're using binoculars to watch them, they will not only immediately be aware of you, but they will also know where you are at all times. I've seen zombies that I was doing nothing with. They would get in a fight with somebody, and then they'd open up all the doors, clear all the floors, and get to me on the roof. Now, I've created many different characters in order to figure out what the most optimum strategy is. But we'll go and glance at the character classes. These are just pre-generated characters that probably will give you a complete playing experience. You've got some perks. Positive perks must be balanced by negative perks. For example, guilt being a negative perk. I haven't gotten very far in the game, so I don't know what mental fatigue is yet. You do have a debt, which you probably won't be able to pay at this moment in early access. Maybe. At least not in the demo was. That's the demo was my main experience. I'm just now starting the early access version. Because after playing the demo, it's like, oh, this is a really cool game. Let me actually take a look at the proper game. So let's take a look at our body. Unfortunately, you don't just click and grab your character here. You have to click this slider, which I understand kind of why, but I feel it's more natural to just pick up your character. Let's go and just make the face, well, kind of a frown. I think a frown looks good for me. And you are lizard people. I know that lizards don't typically have feathers. I get that. Browsing the Steam forums, it seems like the closest response from the community is that they're lizards. To communicate a fictional idea about a fantasy race that doesn't exist and thus does not have a one-to-one English word for it. We've got plumage, so we're gonna go for maybe that kind of hairstyle. Yeah, let's do something like that. 5 or 4? 5. Yeah, 5 is good. Body, we'll do body 2. And no, you can either take out your tail or have a tail. We're just gonna do normal tail, and my stance are gonna be alert because I'm always kind of paranoid. I always play super cautiously. All right. As for scale color, we'll just do some presets. How I would normally play if it were a mammalian character, I suppose. Generally, I use purple hair to substitute for black. My hair is not purple. My hair is black. For voice, I'm not sure if I want to mute or not. I am not. I think in the demo it was mute. So I don't want my dude to be grunting every time I jump. Maybe there's something to be had. You know what? We'll just maybe do mute. I don't think there's voice acting at the moment. We'll do mute for now, and maybe hopefully we can change that if there's ever any voice lines to be read. All right. The camo is just superficial. You could be of the freelancer guild and have the revolutionary colors on, and it doesn't matter. There is a disguise system in the game, though, but that is irrelevant of camo. I was gonna say irrespective, but I'm not really sure that's that's an appropriate word to use. So I'm just gonna use Digi Blue. As for armor, I did look. Unfortunately, there's no hover tooltip for this, so I'm just gonna show on the screen right now what all the armor types are. And we're going to go with the heavy coat, perhaps. It gives us the most protection, so I will spend less time dying, though I could always edit out if I die. However, if you are playing along, heavy coat is a really good way to make sure that your guy is as protected as possible. It's not very good for sneaking, it's not very good for carrying things, because that is a heavy coat. Alright, for our... Where's Royal? Yeah, I think maybe Royal. Isn't there a blue one, though? Pegasus, perhaps? Yeah, we'll go with that. And our camo is digi-blue, because the heavy coat itself is brown. Alright, next. Neutral or faction are neutral or freelancer are the recommended starting perks. I started with each one of these just to see where their bases were. But freelancer, I think, is going to be the one that gives us the highest relationship points with everybody. Neutral, you would think that has a nice balance of relationship points, but for example, your cult relationship is really down there. If you're a freelancer, however, your cult relationship is just a little down there. Also, here's some samples of names: Gud, Mel, Coda. Just gonna name ourselves Tran. Description: you were a baker. You came to the zone to mess around and find out. Okay. To get eaten by some monster, probably. Felon from the capital. To die in a ditch. You know, I could have done failed actor. I mean, that's. Dumb kid. I'm just looking for something that's, I don't know, amusing. Okay, oh yeah, this looks fine. Prop set, a failed actor, and we are here to look for trouble. Faction gear. For the freelancer, you do just start with a duffel bag, but if you, for example, were military, you would get a suit of armor, a mask, an SMG, and 6 flares, 4 of which sell for like $200 each. We're gonna start with maybe weird bag. Sure, let's do weird bag. We could get something really awesome. I'm not gonna worry too much about that. And then we could roll for random attributes. These are like traits, not attributes such as strength and charisma, but traits or perks that other games would call. This is what I mean that you have to have negative traits to balance out your positive traits. You must pick a total of 4 things. So if I were to, say, pick a bunch of negative traits, like skinflint, well, I can't buy any other traits now because I used up all my selections there. But I have a total of 8 points to spend. So I'm thinking we will put skinflint on bottom. We're going to go ahead and put 2 points in steady aim. I don't know if that's good. I kind of want to put points in speed boost, frankly. But that's a 10% increase. So 2 points of that would be 20%, which doesn't sound that amazing when you think about it that way. And then 2 points of skinflint. We're going to take damage when we buy things greater than $1,000, because I need to balance out my steady aim. Now, I assume that if I were to roll randomization, if I were to min-max my character, I would just start the game over and over and over until I get a decent draw of perks. One of the things I was potentially eyeing was, let's see, intense personality. Actions that affect your reputation will have double the effect. Maybe I'll do that. Because I want to try to befriend everybody, though it's not really practical. So for the purpose of this video, we will be killing enemies, killing other factions. Alright, I'm going to select Mercy, but this is what you would consider the easiest mode. I get it, I'm not playing like super hardcore, but that does exist in the game. And you can even customize it to your liking. All these settings that you see on the screen now are basically variations of these presets. So permadeath, you lose your save and you die. If you heard hardcore mode, this is same as it's always been. World loot is never replenished, and shops will have limited inventories, meaning you can't buy infinite bandages if you want it. 9 lives. Every time you die, you lose 1 slot per item. But world loot is replenished, so there's a lot of variations with these kind of things. I'm just going to pick the easiest, because that's the easiest way to make a video. As for our starting location, I'm going to pick intro if it lets me. Yeah. This is what you would probably be if you were just picking yourself as neutral and you didn't pick anything. By the way, neutral, freelancer, and loner are all different. They are not the same. My dude has an orange armband. I don't know why he does. I can probably change that once we get into the game. Maybe that's a heavy coat thing. That could be a heavy coat thing. To get the brightest visuals at night, I went through and messed with my settings a lot. Oh, at the top of the screen says River.516. These are my settings. Low on post-processing, low on shadow. I took screenshots, and then I would compare them as I lowered every graphic. At the main menu, before you create any character, you can see all the changes aside from foliage. I think that's how you say that word, because there's no bushes on that screen. Let's see, what else is there? I did disable head bob, but if the default distortion looks like this, I'm not really fond of that, so we're going to go with default screen texture looks like this, which I wouldn't mind, but your items also have that little bumpy pixelation thing. I have 0 on all of these settings, but if you're into that kind of thing, there you go. You could use those. So everybody's a lizard. Even if they are wearing, I don't know, a cat outfit. They're all lizards as far as I know. Here's your stop. No it isn't. You were meant to take me to Bewley. No can do. Bewley is a battlefield nowadays. I ain't getting shot for you, even if you had paid me what I asked for. Besides, the observatory is just east of here, and you can use the help greenhorn. If you click this button, it'll add whatever he said into your journal notes, and you can always delete it later. What's the observatory? It's a freelancer camp. We've got a trading post and job board up there. Freelancers are good folk, so long as you're useful to them. You can recognize them by their green camo and yellow stag patch. But don't be expecting them to have your back if y'all get in a fight. I learned that the hard way. I have some more questions. You mentioned something about a battlefield. Who's fighting out there? I don't poke my snout around in that mess. All I'm here to do is ship fresh meat to the grinder. I think that's enough chit-chat. I'll be on my way. Let's take a look at the journal. Revolutionary units. They wear red and black outfits. They're actually easy to spot. I do have a little bit of trouble telling the difference between freelancers and insurrection. Freelancers wear green and tan, and insurrection wear orange and brown. So you would say like, oh, well, the orange and brown, yeah, but sometimes you'll see a dude just in like a brown trench coat, and you don't see an armband. Right? They're not wearing a perfectly uniform outfit. They typically wear those colors. That's why it's often seen. Cotis, I've only killed one, and he had like laser weapons, so that's pretty cool. And then you've got the military blue and gray. Anybody distrusted? That's distrusted is a very shallow word. No, they'll shoot on sight. But do remember everything I'm saying is based off of the demo, and we'll explore the early access together. So I do have higher reputation with freelancers because that's my starting faction. Right, it is now daytime, so 5 to 6 is when it starts opening up. You got the duffel bag. Let's see if this is really my extreme bag. I thought I picked extreme bag, but it just says duffel bag in the inventory. Got a hunter's cap, machete, and a 9mm revolver. Whenever you see this reticle turn into a rounded square like that, that means you can interact with it. So left shift to sprint. Tap spacebar to jump, left control to crouch. Crouch at the apex of your jump to jump on ledges. I don't like that. I think it's probably because it's treating it as your surface area is minimized so that you could clear an edge rather than actually being some sort of mantle system. But that's really awkward for me. Use F to interact or pick up items. You can use F to pick up loose objects. Tap again to drop or use left mouse button to throw. Press tab to open your inventory. You already did that. Now, I don't know if the radios in the game will produce copyrighted music, so if the audio starts muting, that's me trying to... That's me trying to keep the video from getting struck. Let's actually read these messages, sorry. Stay low, move slowly, and keep quiet into the shadows to avoid enemies seeing or hearing you. With your melee weapon, tap left for a quick strike, hold left for a heavy attack, hold right mouse button to block enemy swings. It's just a mannequin, so it doesn't really matter. Use Q and E to peek around corners. Use mouse wheel down and mouse wheel up to cycle through your equipped weapons and utilities. This is not a lizard person. We're gonna say that this is maybe a human zombie or something. Humanity has been extinct. And it is now the reign of lizards. They definitely know where I am, they just don't know how to reach me. I thought he's going to keep charging forward, so I fired.
Hello, Mary. What's the matter?
I don't know if hitting him in the helmet reduced damage. So I was trying to aim for his face there.
Watch it again in slow motion.
There's a third one. He's probably right behind me. Pretty sure there's a third one.
Hello, Mary. You changed blades and
Alright, so you don't actually search bodies. You can move them if you wanted, but what you can also do instead is open up your menu and you'll have nearby items. So that's a handy way. See, shift click? Yeah, shift click will go and bring it over. However, some items just aren't worth anything. $0. But even if I brought it home, it wouldn't be worth anything. Staying well fed helps you regenerate health faster after using a bandage. Tab to open your inventory. One of the things you can do is you can use boxes, just like other games, to stack them up and then jump over things. For example, if this is just heading back, and if you ended up heading back and you didn't want to go through the warehouse again, you could... Okay. Oh yeah, I have to press control to mantle. Yeah. That's such a weird feature. Yeah, you can actually pick up boxes and just stack them into a stairway. Got binoculars. Instead of using mouse wheel to zoom in and out, you just left click. Not fond of that either. Firearms. Left mouse button fire, right mouse button aim. R to reload. Those are bullets. You only sidearms can go in slots 2. However, sidearms can also go in slots 3 through 4. Basically, you can't put a shotgun in 2, but you can put your pistol in every category. Well, these are all 9mm. I'm gonna... Yeah, this one has a higher muzzle velocity, so we're gonna go and unequip. Alright. I was gonna say we're gonna take out the ammo of the rusty old pistol, but it didn't even have ammo. If you want it, though, anytime you find a gun, you can go ahead and take ammo from it. You can also middle mouse button it. So let me go ahead and reload the gun. And then a middle mouse button it, and then it becomes faded out. Now this is totally a waste of bullets, but I'm just showing stuff in the game. Tap J to open your journal and view your map. I put my journal to also be M as well, so that if I ever hit M to like, oh, I want to see where I am in the map, then it'll bring me this. However, I have not yet found any items or anything that show me where you are. There is no you are here. There's nothing like that. We are right here at the river dock. We just need to move eastward. These lines can generally denote the zone transition. You just have to walk down a linear hallway. A single path hallway, which is like this. This will be a single path hallway. It catches you off guard a little bit sometimes, but it's an easy way to get your save to happen. At least it should save at this point, right? Yeah, Observatory Day 1. We're playing on Mercy difficulty. There's my icon, and we are named Tran. This is the Freelancer patch, or logo. There's another antlered deer with 2 knives below it. Those are loners. Loners are pretty much hostile to everybody. I guess instead of saying loners, they're really more anti-social. You lower your weapon by holding down the G key. Okay, it used to be the F key in the demo. But that's a nice subtle way to say that you're not going to fight here. Unless, of course, you picked a different faction that is hostile to the Freelancers. Fresh off the boat, huh? If you're looking for work, go talk to Simi. She's in the main building there. It's also a safe place to rest and store your gear. Yeah, they will go through animations of like pointing their gun at you and stuff. I do think that's silly. I'm not worried about it. It's just, that's a really heavy gun. I don't think he'd be flicking his wrist at you to point at you. It's a very, very small camp. There's 2 traders here and a merchant there. The difference between the trader and a merchant is that you have to bring the exact good to get something. So I have to bring exactly a spark plug, and I could get 2 landmines. The game is kind enough to tell you what the equivalent monetary value is. That's really good. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes a little less. In this case, I would actually be losing out as long as I had any use for spark plugs. However, if it's just a quest item or something, it says this item has no immediate use, might be worth selling. I mean, if it's for bullets, it might be worth it, because remember that you don't sell at full price in video games typically. When I leave or when I rest, these trade things will change. They'll psycho out. So I have enough bullets to make a trade for a suppressed PKP, So I could trade, literally, some 9mm bullets for a suppressed version. That actually sounds pretty good. Now, I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. I'd rather have the bullets at the beginning. So this is your merchant, and you have infinite stock, things that you can buy as much as you want. Wow, the prices went up since the demo. Used to be $15 per bandage. Not that I ever bought any bandages from him, because most of your loot that at least I found happens to be if you just loot dead stalkers. Alright, I'm gonna hold on. Well, I've never seen them want to trade old pipes or anything, so you can. You know, we'll hold on to old pipe for a second. I think I have a good idea what I can do with it. But why don't you go and buy this heavy and this rusty old pistol. Maybe I should keep a rusty old pistol for trade. I doubt I'll want anything that trades for $8. Sometimes, though, they do stack together things, such as if you were the cultists, they would ask you to trade red coins, which is some sort of mystic item, and then artifacts, which are anomalous things that give you special traits, such as movement speed or more carry weight, and a gun, and then you could convert it into a super gun. Limited inventory is just stuff that he has at this time. When you come back later, it might be a different limited inventory. That's really all it is. Alright. Not gonna really... I mean, I'm probably not gonna use... Oh, sorry, we're gonna sell that flashlight. I can search these things. I feel bad about it though, not because I feel bad about the freelancers and stealing from them, but because then every time I open every time I enter the game, it's open and it looks bad. It looks like not organized. I don't know. Alright, the reason why I thought I'd hold on to the pipe is this way I can just carry it with me, and if I find a better weapon, I can just literally get rid of it. It's one less thing for me to have to bring home, because you do have a carry weight, and it is a soft carry weight, meaning I get it. A lot of people play Bethesda games, and the moment you go over encumbrance, you stop. You cannot move anymore. Not this game. Now, you can eventually get so overburdened you cannot move, yes. But we'll say I could probably reach at 98 kilograms. I don't know about 99, but I could probably reach at least 299% of my carry weight and still be moving. You won't like how fast you move or how slow you move, but you could definitely still move. I'm not sure how many bullets we'll want to bring, so I'm going to drop it off now, and then we'll type in 14. As long as you don't move your mouse, you can just type in 14 and then left click. So now I have 2 reloads plus a full stack in my revolver. Food is a nice, I guess, soft cap as well. It doesn't describe it anymore, so I wonder if it's changed. Okay, well, in the demo, if you hovered over food, it told you that you would not starve to death. All it really affected was your regeneration rate. It doesn't really show anything about regeneration rate there. We're going to leave everything for now. We're going to leave the bandage. We probably won't walk home with that much loot, but I would like to have that opportunity. It just became daytime, so we're not going to worry about the flashlight. We will hold on to the binoculars, though. To save your game, you have to rest at least an hour. We're not going to worry about that, because we are playing on mercy mode, and we can just load the autosave every time we enter an area. The monsters will change, so if there might have been a squad of military units right in front of you when you enter, and then if you die or load or whatever, it could be a different squad. It could be a squad of mutants, or nobody at all. Well, what do we have here? Another rookie looking to make their fortune in this wasteland? Yeah, something like that. Welcome to the Observatory. I'm Sydney. This place is a sort of refuge for freelance stalkers out here. If you're looking for anything in particular, I might be able to help. Yeah, I could use a little direction. What you need? Can I ask you a question? What do you want to know? Is there somewhere I can rest and stash my gear? Just up those stairs, there's a bed and storage lockers. You can crash there if you need. So long as you make yourself useful. Oh, the developer team. I don't know if it's a team. I think it's probably a team. Yeah, I think I saw at least two different developer names posting. He's no longer flinging his gun around. That's actually a nice touch, because that's what I thought. It was weird that he kept pointing his gun at you. Not because I was feeling weird, iffy about having a gun pointed at me. That wasn't it. It's just the way he was carrying it is very weird. I need to buy some gear. Talk to Eddie over in the green shed. He'll fix you up. If you're looking for higher caliber stuff, there's other traders and shops dotted all throughout the zone. Right, must have missed them. Anything I can help you find? Alright, so if I give him any one of these, I'm assuming this is static, as in that doesn't change, but I'm not sure. I haven't actually opened this up more than once. However, since these are all unique looking items, I'm willing to guess that it is going to always be this. I have a huge debt to pay. I need some bigger contracts. You'll want to look for a guy called the Broker then. He runs the local black market over on the docks by the lake. It's a bit northwest of here. He can set you up. take one of those flyers. Thanks, I'll hit him up. And if you ask him that question again, you can get another flyer, but it's worth $0, so I don't know why you'd need to. We're looking for new mercs to run some odd jobs out here. We got plenty of clients paying good hard cash for some hands-on work. Anyone who stops by our place of business is also invited to peruse our store and stock up on gear. We're set up at Dock A on the west shore of Black Lake. Warehouse on the lower deck. Serious applicants only, the broker. Roam and grow fat off the land. That is the what do you call it? The freelancer motto. The docks, it's right here, but we actually need to be on the Black Lake. Docks are separate location. What we're looking for is right there where the mouse cursor is. That's where he's at. We are all the way down here, but that doesn't actually take you that long to go, because you just have to walk to the exit of an area and then walk to another exit. Let's talk about work. You can only accept 5 contracts at a time. I would say that going for signal jammers is a pain in the butt. I don't know if they are randomly spawned. I'm willing to guess they are not. Because if I click on the Crossroads, it says here, near the scrap depot, someplace high up in there. So we're going to go and accept that. I'm going to assume I know where that is. Try to look for things that pertaining to areas that you're going to go head to anytime soon. Let's see here. This one is a tape containing M35 radio transmission. Well, M35 is right all the way over here, so I'm really not going to go there. That's me using an example. However, there is a replacement wrench available at the Crossroads, so we're going to accept that. We will head to Black Lake eventually. We'll probably at least head back to base at least once. Floodplains is far away. I've never actually visited that. And computer board for Dr. Mosby. It is in the floodplains. So that's not an area I'm actually familiar with. Where is the floodplains? Oh, right there. Okay, I've never actually been there. Nothing for now. Bye. Later. And on the other side is just here. You can put in discs if you find it, and then click the previous or next buttons to cycle through them, or eject if you want it back, I guess. Okay, we have the pipe. If I wanted to cycle saves, where you don't want to use the same autosave every time, then I would definitely need to use the bed. But since we just literally started the game, I'm okay with moving forward. It did autosave though, right? It didn't. Crossroads day 1, yeah, okay. Used to be mushrooms here in the demo. All this stuff here is just carryable, not like actually you get to have. Some things that you can pick up, but I recognize those as just props. Is that dude seriously just moving after me now? Fine, whatever. Thanks, game. Yeah, so you hear those gunshots? Because of those gunshots, he decided that, oh, there's a player over there. Let me go attack him. If I wanted to go to the swamp, I suppose I would just go that way. But yeah, it's literally that should be literally the zone transition if I wanted to do that. Did I bring a gun? I did. Okay. In the water, you will have little piranha that are constantly biting you. Let's see if we can see something here. Yeah. I'm gonna let the fights go on for a little bit, and then we'll come in and try to loot. The survivors, well, any stalkers finding loot on the floor, they will pick it up, and if you did kill them, you could get that loot back. If you're waiting for the enemy to kill each other off and then pick up everything, you probably won't find stuff. So you have to move in just shortly after they die. Am I overweight already? Frogs are food. Here's a mushroom. Don't eat the red mushrooms, that's poisonous. It will do significant damage to you. My signal jammer's in that direction, but I want to see if there's anybody that's been shot up and I can get their loot. Okay, I don't want to fight that dude. That dude's called a not deer. I think that's actually his name. Because in the spawning debug area, it was the name of his spawn. Let me pick that up. This is a heavy flashlight. the enemy will detect you if you use a flashlight, the game says. Well, they detect me just fine without it, so I don't think I need to give them any hands. We'll check the inside in a bit. I'm gonna finish scouring the outside. Should be a chest right below here. Maybe not this one. Okay, I was looking to see if there's any nearby items, just in case. A flare grenade. Not that I can use that anytime soon, but it's probably worth the penny. Generally, though, I don't sell ammo in video games. I just hold on to it. So seriously, you won't even let me... Wow. Do I have to have line of sight of the bolt? I guess so. Alright. Bolts are a consumable item. That is, you don't get infinite amount of them like you would in S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Ladders are actually pretty well done in this game. So it zooms you into it, and you can kind of feel yourself locked in place. So I'm going to hit F right now and not move. The game teleports me to it, and if I press A or D, nothing's happening. If I press W, even if I'm facing down, the press W goes up. Press S, even if I'm facing up, S goes down. So it avoids some issues that other games have about ladders. Sometimes when games, you have to be looking in the direction, and you press W, you go in that direction. Here it doesn't really matter. W goes up, S goes down. Yep, I don't want any of that. There was a knot deer in this courtyard a bit ago. I hope he's not wandering the courtyard still. Those things will probably kill me. I'm pretty sure I would die if it chases them. This table's empty. I wonder why they emptied that table. Used to be full of random knickknacks. Zombies can still open doors, and that's actually their in-game name is Zombie. I've never opened this door, but I might be able to lockpick it. I have never tried lockpicking anything, so let's give this a shot. 8. Lockpick door. Okay. That was helpful. Thank you, game. But yeah, zombies would literally, without... Okay, that... Thanks. So he's actually gonna run up everywhere I went, go over here, open that door, and run up these stairs. That's literally what's gonna happen there. My only hope is if other soldiers see the knot deer and they start fighting each other instead. Oh, see that orange dude? He's trying to shoot me. Okay, there's a knot deer. Okay, I think I did manage to get them to fight each other. Yeah, that knot deer just destroyed him. Now he's returning to me. And the orange guy was trying to attack me, but was in the lane for the knot deer. Oh, did they nerf your pathfinding in the early access? Those are friendlies for me. They're called the Revolutionary, which is not the same as the Insurrection. The Insurrection are the orange dudes, which I want to get down there and get the loot, but I don't want to die to the knot deer. So, unfortunately, I don't have a shotgun on me right now. Trying to find the jammer. In my demo rehearsal, it was on one of the lampposts in that scrapyard. I want a clear line of sight so I can shoot my paltry pistol bullets at him. Food! Of course, I would never eat a beetle, but I'm a lizard person, so I guess it works here. I don't want to take too long and have someone else loot those bodies. I definitely don't want to walk into the not deer. Okay, that's the revolutionaries. They'll at least buy me a little bit of time. No, they're looting all the stuff, though. Well, it's okay, because they'll probably die to the not deer, frankly. Nope.
Oh, jeez. On me!
Here, another one. I think it's just the spinny thing on the roof.
What now?
If I open my inventory like that, that's me trying to find more things to pick up. Okay, so I definitely did not get all the loot, because those revolutionaries did sweep in, but it's not like I killed them anyways. Alright, let's get to a safe space real quick, because the game does not pause when you open your menus. Let's take a look at some of these numbers. So far, 10 insurrectionists have died in this area. 8 freelancers have also died. So these numbers is just the number of power. I don't know if it ever goes up, but every time someone dies, that number goes down, so... Now, if I follow these red guys long enough, they'll probably die to something. Because moving them is the easiest way to see if there's loot. So here's a...
Let's pick it up. Sick 'em.
Those guys are not gonna kill these at all. There's gonna be easy targets for them. If you are in the line of fire, they will try to shoot through you though, which is sad. Wow. Okay, there goes one of them.
Too easy.
I have seen them throw a grenade at their own feet. And I guess they probably predicted that the melee guy was going to make contact. So they threw it in front of him, which was literally at his own feet. I haven't even taken a look at the loot we've got, though. Alright, so we have a suppressed PKP, which uses the 9mm. We might as well switch over to that now. So let's go ahead and unload this. We have a lever action, uses 45 cal. We have a little bit of that. Yeah, you move things telekinetically, probably because the game hasn't quite developed the way to mimic your created character attributes. Because what the player sees in the first-person view is actually different than how it renders that model in-game. If let's say this was a multiplayer game, which it isn't, and the developer on the Steam forum says that they have no interest in doing that at this time, you holding gun would not look like this, because it's just more like your chest level, right? That is a freelancer. Orange armbands and orange bands around backpacks, those are the insurrectionists who are hostile. Greens are friendlies. I mean, assuming you start with the neutral or freelancer mode. You remember, you gotta hit control if you want to climb in, which is silly to me. new units will enter through zone transitions. So even if an area got cleared of all enemies, eventually more people will just walk in. Walking in open like this is a good way to actually get shot. I don't know what this is yet. It's probably some sort of quest target. It makes lots of noise, and it says I can't use this yet. Pretty much every time I walk in the middle of a road, I'll just somebody will start shooting at me, and I have no idea where those bullets are coming from. The game does have some decent sound quality, though, so that does help me figure out where those bullets might be emerging from. There's no guarantee you'll easily use your ears to detect that. It's almost nighttime again, but I'm almost done looting the Crossroads. Looting this area was my first death from a not deer. I just couldn't get away from him. I'm a little leery about looting this area right now. Nothing. Loot's worse than in the demo, but the demo probably wanted to give you a taste of getting some gear. So you might be wondering why I didn't pick up those bigger things. Well, those are not things I can pick up.
Man, this place went to hell, huh?
Shoot, that's a bad guy. I'm surprised he did not see me. Now, him by himself, I can probably take him.
Nothing out here. Who the fuck?
But I wasn't expecting him to be by himself. I kind of also don't want to fight him because I could try to befriend him, but I mentioned earlier that I might as well just settle down and kill him. If I look at my map, if I can raise my relationship with them by 50 points, I don't have to fight them anymore, ever. I can just follow them and let them die. So there's a huge advantage if I manage to do it. But raising relationship when they're already hostile to you is not easy. Ah, okay, so it's over here. It did move, but that might have been a demo thing. Maybe not, though. That is the gemmer. I'm not gonna find a bug in this mess. Okay, so that dude we left a long time ago, he's still taking shots at me. Remember how I said that they will always know where you are and how to get to you? I'm not joking. I can't see a thing. My hope is that one of the red guy or the green guy will kill the orange guy. Or the red guy dies during the fight and I get his loot. Yeah, I'm sorry. I literally can't see very well. Let's just head out of here then, since it's dark. I had circled around because I was trying to find where these guys were fighting. Now the flashlight would have come in handy, but I didn't think I'd be out that long. barbed wire at the top of that, so be careful as you jump if you bunny hop everywhere. When you return to a zone, all the bodies will get despawned and new people will populate. Let's take a look at what we made for our first looting run. It wasn't that impressive. I know I could have done better. Especially if I charged down real fast to loot from the Not Nears massacre. We didn't need to bring that back, that's fine. Let's sell one pitchfork. Well, I don't know. Pitchforks have nice range. It says that specifically that's its purpose. So maybe we'll hold on to that. Get rid of heavy pipe. I don't know if you use the spade for anything. Probably won't ever be able to trade the snub nose, so we're going to pawn that. Well, unless we need to use 45 caliber. Alright, we'll hold on to it. I'm never going to eat a red vegetable. I think it's black. Yeah, we already read it. Oh, we have a flashlight. We found that one earlier. That's fine, whatever. We're back home already. We have this telemetry thing. It's worth 600. I'd probably get to sell it for maybe 500 at the market, but I can get 700 through this trade menu. Do that. And we also completed this signal jammer, giving us, I think this one. No. Maybe this was the one that came up next. I think it is. Clear out the safe house at black light. That'll probably be the next area we go to. Take a look at my journal real quick. Replacement wrench. I didn't get a wrench yet. And I know where to actually find one in there, so let's go and assign these Black Lake ones. This is going to require killing the insurrectionist stuff. Signal jammer. Black Lake. Take 28. No, I've moved the mouse. See, that's so weird. Alright. Drop off all my food. I don't plan on eating right now. We'll see if we starve to death or something. Since we don't need it until we need to heal. In the demo, resting in the bed would not heal you. You do have to spend time using bandages and such. But we'll hold on to the... yeah, we'll hold on to the heavy flashlight now that it's nighttime. Let's take the 12 gauge with us. I'm hoping we can find at least one shotgun. I wasn't expecting to come home without a shotgun, frankly. I thought we'd return home with about 4 different weapons. Yeah, you can't rest on these. That was the first thing I tried when I got here. So we're gonna... Oh, will the game let me sleep for 0 hours? Yeah, I guess so. I don't know if there's any sort of time limit or day progression matters, but since it counts time at the top of the screen, it's a little ominous. Oh, you would be willing to trade me a rocket for my shotgun shell. Well, I need shotgun shells more at the moment. If I had enough shotgun shells, I could get a toolkit. I've never used those. Interesting. I mean, we have enough Parabellum, but I think we'll be fine. Yeah, that is bright. They will definitely know where I am. But I mean, we saw that they know where I am no matter what basically happens. So I'm not that worried about it. Can't tell. Okay, that's a green.
Hey.
What's up?
God.
Alright, did I even get points for that? I don't think I did. So we're gonna say 410 right now. Let's go and try loading the game, since I took damage for basically nothing. just to show off. Like I'm not really worried about the damage, but I haven't shown the loading mechanism and how that changes things. So we had a green dude right in front of us. So let's see who spawns in front of us this time. Now that we loaded, and it's still 410. So yeah, we did get hit for nothing in that case. Nobody right there this time. Typically I see 3 zombies walking across the bridge. Or a squad of zombies.
What are you even looking for?
Hey,
I'm not seeing shit. Who's there?
back up, back up. I will shoot. Shit.
Toss an egg.
I thought you died. Since he's not aiming at me, I assume he's friendly, but just in case.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, you probably took my loot. That's fine. We probably won't survive this one. How much health did I lose?
Go away. Time to fight.
Lead the way.
Wait for this person to fall over. Are those oranges? I think they are. Okay, she's down, but I don't think I'm gonna make it. I think these guys are gonna kill me because I have 8 bullets left and it's all from a handgun.
Enemy neutralized.
Can't tell what faction it is. I know his eyes are green, but that's all I know. I'm assuming he's a free man, so I'm gonna stand up. And I just jumped into the barbed wire. Okay, the wrench is over here. The anomalies change as you load the map, so that lightning one might not be there next time. Check, make sure. Yeah, that's not something I pick up. Thanks, game. The reason that happened is because I do have auto equip on if I have an empty slot, so that took away my utility slot. If the developer happens to be watching, I would say maybe don't do that if the character's using a flashlight. Like if he's got a weapon, he picks up a weapon, don't switch to the new weapon. He's got a utility out and switch it to or finds a utility and switch to a new utility. That's my suggestion. There should be a workbench thing here. Maybe it was. I think it was right here that I saw. Yeah, that's a freelancer again.
Greetings, friend.
Yo, what's up? Oh, you are hurt. You're probably the same one I saw earlier. Are you gonna walk right into that lightning? Okay, I guess he knew better, but still. Okay, no wrench here, but zombies can drop wrenches. Not worried about him, but I don't want to use my ammo. Let's take a look. We did not get relationship points. Alright, fine. I don't know if I'll see anything because it's so dark. If I remember right, in the Stalker game, when you looked at people through binoculars, it would lock on target with them and then let you know who they are, what faction they belong to. I'm assuming the freelancer's shooting a zombie we passed by earlier. Now, I'm wearing headphones, and assuming I'm not wearing them backwards again, I feel like there was a shot in this direction, separate from the shots that were behind us. Did he lose? I mean, he was pretty badly hurt earlier. Yeah, for me, loot emerges from stalkers, not from opening cabinets. So I was looking for movement from enemy stalkers. Okay, well, I guess we'll head to Black Lake to get the pipe wrench and stuff. That was a knot deer, I think, walking around on this rooftop. Pretty sure it was right behind me, so I took the jump. He can't get to me at this point. We're gonna go and keep moving. I mean, he'll get eventually if I am slow. Or maybe not. This is not a knot deer, though. This is actually a much easier enemy. He has no loot, however, so we're just gonna keep moving. Alright, we should be in the depot. If I head north from here, we get to Black Lake. We can also head straight from northwest of Crossroads to skip the depot and go to Black Lake. But the exit was right here anyways. I'm less concerned about the monsters. I'm more concerned about... Oh, I saw movement. More concerned about other lizard people. My demo run of this place, I actually walked away with like military armor and an upgraded assault rifle of some sort. Okay, wait, dude, come on, move. Okay, that was a suspiciously long load time. Now we're at Black Lake. In the demo, this is where I found my first cultist with laser machine gun, basically. It's not what it was called, but that's what it basically was. Alright, shotgun. Sauna, not one I was hoping for, but it's a shotgun. These are obviously great for putting down stalkers. I don't want to be attacked trying to find my way up this thing. There should be a ladder right there, yeah. Okay, that was not where it was my first time through. I just recognized the beeping red. So that is our jammer for this place. I think I may have disembarked just a little too early. I don't want to get eaten by fish. So we're going to climb back up, I suppose. Let's take a look. Need a wrench and clear out the safe house, which I have never done before, but we are in Black Lake, so this would be the correct region. to open a door, you have to aim for the door handle. Like, aiming at the mass of the door is not going to get you anywhere. If you so cared to, yes, you could fire your gun in these places. Everybody will randomly change what they have got when you show up. For example, if I wanted to sell this knife, I might get $7. So we'll go ahead and trade for the one bullet. Oh, we got another knife? Sure. We have a lot of knives? I guess so. I'm going to keep my bandage. I'll take that over the frags. Let's see, it's 35 to sell. Oh, still 35. Maybe I get the full price. For some reason, I thought we got less price. Prices go up the further you go away from the observatory. So I think it was $22 back at the first base. It's now $33 here. We'll hold on to these items in case this is something that someone wants to trade. I generally try to hold one of everything. I better shut this down. Oh no, the game's not gonna let me. Okay, I might end up muting the game audio. We'll see. Also, it's a little distracting when I'm trying to talk. I might mute it anyways. Alright, mind if I ask you something? What'd you like to ask? I have a lot of debt I need to pay off. Then you've come to the right place, my friend. I have a lot of connections, friends in high places. Friends who owe me a lot of money. I am, in fact, in need of some new blood in my little organization here. Someone willing to go above and beyond. You see, the zone holds much more than just common artifacts, though I'm still very much in that market as well. What I really want are the big fish, rare, unique treasures of the deeper zone. Bring me results, and I can pay off good chunks of your debt directly. Where can I find these unique treasures of the zone? If I knew where such things were, I wouldn't be offering you so much money to find them. There's plenty of old forgotten bunkers and labs out there, especially up north. Poke around and ask questions, and if you find any leads on something good, you come to me first. We can talk details once you have a thread for me to pull on. Good hunting. I'll let you know if I catch any good leads. Man, that song is really distracting for trying to read this stuff. Are you looking to trade anything specific? Yes, I'm in the market for rare artifacts, paying 160% the market rate. Got any to sell? I might. No trades available. What's with these insurrectionists wandering the zone? Oh, those crap heads? They're loyal to a post-human Kempt. I think he was a former chairman of the NFTA, but some political crap happened. Now he's attempting a coup. What they're doing here? Well, the Pinkos might have a better idea. Ask them. But the insurrectionists are no friends of ours. Worse business partners than the commies, ironically. The insurrectionists are the orange bands that we've been fighting. Pinkos? They're revolutionaries. They're fine. They buy my guns. Those are the red guys who are companions. We stay out of each other's feathers. What's with the military guarding in the north? Don't know and don't care. Savvy businessmen do not venture north. It's a war zone. I'm content selling ammo to any idiots eager to die up there. We have a dead drop in Metropole, dead drop in Crossroads. This is also a Crossroads mission. So we'll probably try these two on the way back to Crossroads. We'll swing northward around this time instead of going through the depot. And then we'll call it a recording once we return to Crossroads. Yeah, it's Crossroads. Hi, you like this? No beds here either, so you won't be able to make a save manually. Alright, we're on the way back now. See what time it is as well, and the autosave, or when the map thing appears at the top. That is a really loud music sound, or humming. I don't know if it's just natural game music or if it's saying that I'm going insane. But that is extremely loud. I will always nerf the sounds when it gets to you, but man. It's still going on. Let's try quitting. The sound did stop. Okay, the sound is gone. I'm thankful. Let's not fall in. I can reach, jump and grab that. Oh, I didn't even see what time it is. Is there a way to see? This is some zombies. I don't know if they have... One of them might have a wrench. The first one has a shovel. Yeah, let's just fight them. I can't tell in this darkness. Shooting them in the chest because they look like they have a helmet of some sort. Nope, no pipe wrench. Looks like the zombie is headed for the insurrectionists. Okay, because they attacked the zombie, now they know where I am. I'm strafing this way because I'm trying to keep an eye on the road. I see flickers of red, which I have no idea what those are. Probably anomalies. No, they're still shooting at me. Now, it's more believable at this time because I am using the lamp. These are chests that I could probably loot, but I'm just going to keep running. Because obviously they're trying to kill me. They got me that time. That must be an anomaly. Seriously, how are you guys shooting that far? Whatever, game. Alright, anyways. I couldn't speak about it because I was busy trying to run for my life there, but yes, those were flying cars and all that. Remember, this is an area with anomalies. It's just part of the game. We have no food right now, so we're not regenerating until we start eating. Ow. Let me talk a little bit about the different health meters. This is the number of health you can reach up to by regenerating. You get that back by bandaging. Even though it says 45 regen, that just shows you how much health you could get back. And then this is the max amount of health that we can't regenerate without both bandaging and eating. Error. FNC. No functions available. So if I wanted to find out more information about the game, I could just type in this kind of stuff here. It's not going to really give me anything that valuable. The NFTA is the military. We haven't met any of those yet during this playthrough. We're not going to worry too much about that. We were headed to Bewley in the beginning. I don't like how they were... Okay, again, my character freaked out when he hit the glass. I don't like how they shot me up so much from so far away. Don't have my rifle on me. You get overburdened fast, assuming you loot stalkers, which I haven't actually been able to do so far this playthrough. It's actually kind of disappointing. Stuff we picked up. We're at 15.2. Let's go ahead and switch out to, I guess, a basal bat, and we'll discard this. Keep waiting to see if they're cross over a household or something into my line of fire. Saw the blue and I was worried it was military. Turned out to be a zombie. Okay. Somebody probably spotted the zombie because they hear chatter. Put another buffer of buildings between me and them. Now we're talking. I think that's a grenade launcher. This is the first house I searched. I just sort of circled around. Blue zombie was last sighted over there and heard some voices when we entered one of the further houses. This is the road we were running on when we got shot up. Over here in that direction would be where the floating tanks and stuff were, and that this is the shimmering red stuff that we passed by. Shimmering red may not be there for you, nor the weird shimmery behind it. Those are two different anomalies. We got the floating red fireflies and the shimmery red curtain. Not official names, obviously. I don't see who was chatting when I evaded the blue zombie. This way will lead us back to the Crossroads. We didn't do the safe house thing though. I've never done it. Not sure where it is. Maybe this? Where we are right now is right here. Let's take a look at the information. They're at the safe house at Black Lake. I'm not ceding my territory to the insurrectionists. There's a floating cabin on the east shore of Black Lake. I don't know what you mean by East Shore. Sorry, I know that maybe this is obvious to you. This is the east side, I know that. So is this the East Shore, or when you say East Shore, are you talking about is facing east? For some reason, I feel like that could be a thing. Maybe not. We're going to check this area first, I suppose. If we can find a safe way through this blue zone, which I don't think that's safe at all. I think that, although I see where the sparks are, I'm pretty sure it basically encompasses most of that region. Saw movement. Might have been just a leaf, though. We're gonna just turn back. I got a grenade launcher. I'd like to take the autosave. And I don't think I can cross through the blue lightning safely. I really don't. I have tried to go through blue lightning before, and it did not end well. That's the bridge we took to get to the depot, and then we hugged the wall and went north. This is where I got killed by my first not deer. See, that dude knew where it was. There was no reason for him to know. Okay, that is a not deer. They're very, very beastly. Remember that he took down like 6 of the enemy before he got killed. Well, I do have a shotgun. I have to reload it after every 2 shots, so it's not going to end well for me. I think he killed the zombie. I don't know if that was a corpse with loot next to it. Let's run around real quick. Just a pipe. It's not going to be worth anything for me. I'm 100% certain I didn't lose them. They're probably trying to figure out how to pathfind me. We had some missions to do, didn't we? Dead drop. When we just pause up some stuff, then we'll try those quests. That was my original intention, was to try hitting those, but first we check out the merchants. Walking in the fire will hurt. I could trade my Type 12 pistol for a large medkit. That actually sounds like a really good deal. I'm content with my suppressed weapon. Not that I'm worried too much about it being suppressed. I feel like that your stealth ability is not great. So I think we'll take the large medkit. We can trade a snub-nosed revolver for a grenade. Sure, so let's do that. Trade a bunch of 45 cal for that gas mask we passed up earlier, or we can go for a 50 buckshot for a red tesseract. Brings you to a place of great danger and great reward. 9mm carbine or carbine, I think is the way you pronounce it, for a bunch of my 12 gauge shotgun, buckshot. Let's see how much in 9mm and 12 gauge we've got. First, let's sell some extra stuff. Pretty sure I deposited 8 flashlights. I'm going to sell one of these. Yeah, trading. I would like it if it auto search your stash. So let's say that they wanted my shotgun shells. It would look at my stash to see, do I have those shotgun shells? Which apparently I do not. I only have. I brought them all with me. I only have 31. So when we go and use one more bandage. So this is nearby. Let's go and pick that up and read it. Commentaries on a post-threshold history. The Anthropocene has ended. Humanity could not survive the threshold. Now we are the inheritors of their ruin. Is it only inevitable that we should also inherit their folly? The truth behind what happened during the threshold event is hotly debated, and many details have been thoroughly lost to time. What can be said for certain is that the extinction of man was by no means complete. So-called survivors still roam where we inheritors have yet to settle. Many would, however, protest the notion that these post-human forms are still truly alive. This criticism is largely true, though it has been observed that some survivors still retain their faculties, even if the majority of their kin do not. It must also be acknowledged that many pre-threshold organizations such as the NFTA, Northern Free Trade Alliance, and even sectors of the EDP, Eastern Defense Pact, still operate into the modern day. Lately, many of the EDP members' states have transferred power to inheritor-led governments through various means. However, quite crucially, the NFTA is still under the leadership of prominent and powerful post-humans, and shows little signs of changing this arrangement. This political power bloc is commonly referred to as the plutocrats. The ranks consist entirely of pre-threshold human gentry with net worths valued in the trillions. In the time since the threshold, the NFTA has consolidated and centralized its resources into a single federalized state apparatus. This state wields full authority over industry, economic institutions, and all military forces of the northwestern world. The reasoning for these actions are to defend the rights and interests of free enterprise from foreign and internal threats. NFTA also describes itself as a constitutional democracy, holding elections for the position of executive chairman between nominated plutocrats every 8 years. According to the aforementioned constitution, only biological humans are permitted to vote in any capacity. Skill issue. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if I asked him about the groups, so we'll ask, what's with the guys with the orange armbands? Yeah, them, just some fascists. I don't really keep up with politics, but whatever they're after out here probably isn't good news. My advice is to avoid them when possible. If they do give you trouble, feel free to stuff them with lead. But who are the guys in the red camo? The Revolutionary Army. They're left-wing militants with a blood feud against the NFTA. They've been striking infrastructure all over Carcosa for years now. They're after some sort of big fish here in the zone, and they aren't afraid to get their paws dirty over it. We freelancers are on neutral terms with them, for now at least. They won't bother you if you don't bother them. So let's go and swap out the baseball bat for another pipe that's disposable. Do we need to eat? Yeah, we need to eat more if we want to actually get that health back. You spent our bandage on. Okay, and we have a blank data tape that we can sell to him for a little bit of cash. Maybe not. Okay, never mind. I'll go and pop it in over here, but it won't do anything. That's going to make another save. 0 hour sleep. New file. Right, one last foray out there. Let's try to do these dead drops and whatever else. I'm bringing 2 lockpicks in case it's needed to get into this house. I've never done this quest, but most of those, pretty much every house with a door in front of it is locked. And we did try lockpicking only once ever. I've never done it in demo, and it just immediately snapped. That is loud. I think that's a freelancer. He's wearing brown, but I really think that's a freelancer. Hey, not an explosive arrow. Closing doors will just give you a split second. Zombies are fully capable of opening them. Okay, pills I can pick up. I knew that one of the quests was for copper wire. I have tried picking up those giant spindles or spools before, and it never let me. Not those specific ones. Those were a little shinier, so I tried on them. Medical paste. That was a pretty good haul. Too bad friendlies had to die for it, but look at all those guns I got. I should have put up the grenade launcher. That's not one you can pick up. Alright. Maybe I should be inside. I don't know if there's a bad weather thing. One one of the traits you could get is that you can have more bad weather effects happen. I just didn't want to be down here in case there was somebody following me trying to attack me. Because this does not pause. Okay, find a house that looks like this. Alright. Not too descriptive. There's also a dead drop. Near the water lock in the southeast. There's the bag back there. I'll know if you open it. Looks like it might be the house. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, seriously? I kind of wondered if it's going to be in here. Alright, fine. The anomaly is random, so I mean, if I just load, it probably won't be here again. Then I lose all my loot. If I die, I'm gonna lose my loot anyway, so it'll force me to restart. Okay, I died. That's really lame. You're gonna put the electrocution thing in the house I need to search. Two fire anomalies to the left. Okay, well, before we go over there again, let's head over here since the dead drop says it's by the water lock. Saw movement. Assuming it's a zombie like this one over to the left. I'm assuming this is. I don't actually know what a water lock is. I'm pressing F on those things. My guy hit it near the water lock in the southeast. Small reward, whoever brings the bag back. Okay, well, this is the Crossroads, and here's the water lock area, at least I think we are. Oh, by the way, you know that the game has no HUD right now? If you get a scouter or a helmet with a HUD, you unlock your HUD. I think it's down there. Let's search up here real quick before we do anything. Not risky. Near irreversible, such as jumping down. I don't know if that's the quest item. There's a star, so I'm guessing it's the quest item. Alright, we'll just assume it is. Back to the farm. Ah! Come on, really? Whatever, I should be able to heal that up. Almost snuck up on you. I thought those were reds. Are they orange? They're definitely looking at me. Now they're throwing a grenade at me. Yeah, there's orange. 2 oranges, in fact, at least. Maybe there are reds, but it's definitely orange in the area. Is it a pipe wrench? Yes, it was. Well, I played Call of Pripyat or something. I forget all of them. There's like 3 DLC for the first Stalker. I played 2 of them. I have not had this happen in the demo yet, but I'm assuming being outside is no bueno. I don't know if this will protect me, so let's try going to an interior room, which is also closer to the outside, but whatever. Oh, there's stuff on the tables now. Okay. Well, there wasn't the first time we entered here. Treasure chest right there. So we're just waiting out the bad weather. Why the shotgun is my friend. Alright, let's eat a frog, I suppose. We're actually pretty healthy, so I'm gonna risk going down there. I know that there were at least 2 oranges. I see an orange body out there, but that might not be the other orange I saw. Okay, definitely was not, because I hear a voice. Oh, no, there's C2 of them. I tried hitting crouch, but the game wouldn't let me because I was stuck on the windowsill. Now, if they're particularly clever, they can actually get behind me. Or I could just miss all my shots, too. There's another one somewhere, unless whoever they're fighting... Oh, there he is right there. Out of bullets? It's not reloading. I'm hitting R. I think this is the last of my bullets. Thanks for the gun. Magnum? Okay. Health is still decent. Not for long. I have no idea where that shot came from. Now I'm at half-life, and I have no more food. How long is this bad weather gonna be? Jeez, it's a little annoying. Assuming since no one's shooting you, it might be clear. Famous last words, right?
Pick it up.
It's not killing the NPCs, but we know that video games like to kill the player instead. Sounds like it's settled down. Can't open your menu while reloading your guns, by the way. It's something I'm used to doing in most games, where if you're locked in animation, it's already almost nighttime. Now, I don't know for sure, but I wonder if the voices are distinct. If so, that sounds like it might be a Freelander or whatever it's called. But you die fast in this game, so it's not really worth just banking on it. No blue that I can see. I knew it'd be locked. Hopefully they don't like detect me through the wall because of... Can I lock this? Nice! It's locked, right? Well, this is sideways and this is not sideways. Okay. I guess when you unlock it, it doesn't move the bolt. Well, we found more things in the bridge, but let's see if any of it's usable. Nope, not a single thing. Alright, well that's not good. Let's finish searching here before I get killed.
This place went to hell, huh?
I was deliberately looking for that window. Brooker was right about this stuff, but I'm starting to think what I've got here might be worth a lot more than money. Let's see how deep we can go. Reminder, out his right eye, the Scarecrow spots what lays beneath twin stones. Spades for aces. It didn't bring a shovel. We don't have a shovel. Okay, well, there's no point to trying to dig for buried treasure in front of the Scarecrow without it. I don't know if this will persist and stay unlocked. Okay, question is, do I take the shorter path that might be safer by going through the train, or do I take the open path that is a little longer, but I have to be in the middle of the street? The Scarecrow is through that wheat field. I've never actually been attacked in it, so I'm not worried about the low visibility. The train is behind the wheat field. My issue is I don't have a shovel. He didn't have one either. That's a knot deer. Saw the shape and a little bit of blue. Not particularly great for me. These guys won't have weapons. The ones with lamps. What we can try to do is see if this is an autosave right here. We got so much loot, I don't want to lose it now. Is this an autosave? Yes. So we'll hop out, hop back in. I get it. It doesn't follow the hardcore rules that much of the game relies on. Dead bridge. Yeah, I don't think so. That's where the military is. And they are strong. When you spawn as a military unit, you get so much gear. Red. Fighting zombies, probably. It's a red, I think.
Cover me.
I don't know who you're fighting, dude. Oh, that thing. That's a jackal. Or something like that. He's not particularly strong. I just want him to open doors and chase me. Yeah, since we did make a save, I can try lockpicking this thing now. And if it breaks, we can just load. Alright, let's see what's in here. Pipe wrench? I've never been in here before. Went outside and onto the roof. That's why I locked the door. I assume he can't get through that locked door. I was trying to shoot this thing. What I need is a shovel. Can't go over this bridge, but I'm gonna just chuck the crates on this. There should be at least one crate, but I may have looted it already. Huh? No crates? Yeah. Right here. Grab that shovel, and I guess we'll race back there. In fact, here's what we'll do. We'll do our usual trades, and then we'll make a save, and then I'll make a fake save where we spend time making it go to daytime. I think that's what we'll do. Then we get the best view. We get a scouter for our phosphates. I mean, it's equal value, well, slightly better value, so you know what, let's go and do that. This, my headgear does not do anything for me. Now I have a health bar. Tap C to pry open weak locks. Oh, okay. I never knew that we could do that. Would have saved my lockpicks if I was aware of that, but okay. Turn on the pipe wrench. Take out a loner named Sprat. Where is that? That is in the slums. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about that this episode. Doesn't that grenade launcher have something in it? And my health is... We can use 2 bandages. That's all the bandages I've got, apparently. Oh, pick them up. We need to eat food, obviously. 16 food. This is 30 food. We'll start with the... Still don't have a good shotgun, which is a surprise, because I've had shotgun like 4 tiers higher than this in the demo. So, the demo may just have given you better loot. I don't know. I know the copper wires for a quest that we can use. I've never tried the toolkit. I don't know if it's a one-use only thing, so we're going to hold on to it for a second. Riveting. This is what I mean. I can't open up my inventory or anything. I just gotta sit there. Trying to look, see what my food rating was. See if I should keep eating. Alright, we'll just put the rest for now. Telemetry module. Alright, so this save 4 is one that I would continue if people wanted to see more of this stuff. But we're going to make another save that we wait for daytime, which is us rushing out there with a shovel, which I forgot to get. That's fine. Grab that. I mean, if we're gonna not... might as well go ham, right? Whiskey and bandage makes a Molotov. Okay, let's try one. I just want to see if the thing disappears in my toolkit, which I can break down into lockpicks. So let's... Oh, I still got it. I can use the old pipe and parabellum and make a pipe bomb. Oh, okay. Keep the pipes. Good to know. Keep the heavy pipes too. But apparently the heavy pipe takes 3 more bullets. Okay, this is 6, 10, 45 regen. Okay, so you'll get a lot more food out of it, but less regen. It's up to the deal for the old gas mask. We could have kept that. Scouter plus face mask plus goggles. That will give us a new mask. It doesn't look like it still has it though. The HUD thing. If you look, well, it says tack light. Wait, that's not a scouter. That's a tack light. Never mind. Okay. Let's get some grenades. Is it these kinds of grenades? No. 40 millimeter. Get some grenades. Get all my parabellum, might as well. 45 caliber. Where's the rest of my grenades? Okay. So this is the save we're not going to actually keep, but I do want to see what the dead drop mission rewards us with, since I already dragged you along with the whole thing up to now. Yeah, everything seems reloaded. Let's do this. I'd like to hire a teammate, one that doesn't die permanently. But I know that's not a really game balance thing, but I don't want to pay for a guy that just immediately dies.
Hello? Get him!
Not joking. We'll shoot. Go!
just the dogs I hear? I hear footsteps. There's the other guy. I wondered if he got phased through the world, but no, he's in the water. Might have been him. Not worried too much about looting. Remember, we're not keeping this. I just wanted to kill some people. Okay, didn't know I could do that. Unfortunately, they know exactly where I am at all times, so it doesn't matter me sneaking around. Pretty sure they're on the other side of this wall. I think we killed each other because I hear him in pain. Was I near full life when that happened? Probably. Okay, apparently flare grenades are not that good. I mean, I knew there were flares, but I assumed that there was some more utility to it. Likely I need to do a direct hit that light them on fire. But I assume that, you know, grenade.
There.
Assuming they're just going after some zombies. Or not. There's bullets going in this direction. So they must have found some oranges. Alright, Scarecrow, something I. Probably just over here somewhere. Okay. Thanks, dude. Small package, wrapped in brown paper and string. You found it buried in the field in the Crossroads. Can I light this on fire? Yeah. The most economical way possible to start a campfire. I assume they can't destroy this though, right? No? Wait, that was the thermal barrier grenade. Never mind. I was gonna say that. Oh, I was actually surprised. That was my last grenade. Okay, let's turn in that quest. That might be the safe house. When they said floating land, I thought it was, you know, a little landmass in the water. Alright, let's see what happens when I go in the red. Okay, nothing that bad as long as you keep walking. Okay. Okay, I didn't die to the red thing that I said wasn't a threat. Thankfully, I can save my face there. It turns out there are mines in front of it. That's probably what I stepped on. It just said unknown hazard, but now we know. Let's make sure we get all our explosives set up. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Thanks, game. Yeah, I fell to my death. I got it. Thanks. Okay, we're back. I kind of wonder, can I disarm these? Or will I just blow up? Okay. Alright.
I'm not seeing shit.
See, this is 556. Okay. This is my safe house now. We'll have to redo it again when we play for real, because I'm not going to be using my grenade launcher willy-nilly like I just did. Not in this particular fight, but earlier, doing the dead drop stuff. Alright, I'm going to jump ahead to when we get to the dock A. Alright, we are here. Find the red flag, you can just climb straight down to the black market shop. Let's turn in the safe house, dead drop, missing contact, and here are the new kinds of quests they have. That's a lot of quests. Scorch your weapon for the broker. Okay. But we're not going to sit here and look at all of them. But this, I just want to show what the result is of having completed those quests. Alright, so that was Project Silverfish. I don't understand the name Silverfish. It's Project something sounds like it's a code name. Kind of like how Anthem, I think, was called something else before Gate got the name. I didn't really follow it. I don't know if that game's still around. Did it get canceled? I don't know. Anyways, thank you very much for Tran Plays Project Silverfish. I'll see you next time.